that I have, and those people are going to be my alumni, fellow alumni for that entire time span. They're going to be the future judges. They're going to be the future lawyers. They're going to be the future barons of industry if they move outside of the law, and those people are going to continue to be a resource to me, and I can be a resource to them. And all that is due to the relationships that I cultivated while I was in school. So I would encourage all students, whether they're a current student or active student, look around your classroom. Find people that are different than you, that are from places other than where you're from. Learn from them, but bond with them, and take that 3 years and actually make some use of the personal interaction and get to know your fellow law students, because they're going to be the greatest resource to you when you become a lawyer, or when you become a business person, or when you become a producer in Hollywood. It's a great value to have a patent attorney on speed dial when you have a question about a patent. And also your professors, because the professors are a great resource as well. And a lot of times people just don't actively participate in that aspect of the experience, because it's a wonderful, deep, and rich experience, law school, learning about the foundation of our country and Marbury v. Madison, and how the Constitution plays into everything, and how you can't do anything almost in life that isn't touched by the law. You know, and that is only augmented and built up into something really great when you add the personal, real-life relationships with your professors and your fellow students and students from other law schools. Another big point, if you're interested in sports or entertainment, there's conferences and there's associations. People love law students. People think law students are great. Lawyers, not always the thing, but if you're a law student, they have reduced prices, invited to a dinner or a lunch or a sit down, and that's how you build your network. And you have to facilitate it. You have to figure out how to use Facebook and how to use MySpace and how to use these things to help develop a network. You have to look at blogging to help develop your professional credibility. All about building a brand, and at the end of the day, you can work at the biggest law firm in the world, but the reason that people hire you is because of you. They hire you because of your ethics, they hire you because of your integrity, and they hire you because of your work product. And you're the brand. And when you start to understand that you're the brand, and a law firm is usually full of partners who have decided to bring their brands together for the benefit of the whole, as an individual, really, you can't control what your partner does. If he gets a DUI, if he does a bad settlement, if he does not come to work on Tuesday, you have really very little control over that. That's not your brand. That law firm is not your brand. You're your brand. And you control your brand. You control the value of your brand, and you control the credibility of your brand. And every day you can work to increase or decrease the value of that brand through your reputation, really, because that's.
No, that's excellent, very powerful points. And so finally, I know you talked a little bit throughout our conversation about the transition, particularly in your brand, from starting as the very niche sports agent to estate planning and legacy work. And so you do have an upcoming book that's coming out next month. Discuss a little bit about that.
Well, when I started to make the transition, I started to go onto the internet and go into the library and see what is this world about. It's that I had was going to the University of Miami because we have the Heckerling Institute here. You know, we have the only estate planning LLM in the country. People aren't aware of that. We have one of the best tax programs in the country. Estate planning and tax, there's an overlap there. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not the tax specialist. I understand it to the extent that I needed it to be an effective estate planner. But all that said, being the SBA president, I got exposed to Heckerling, so I knew it was there. Studying for the bar, when you're studying for wills and things, I knew it was there. My best friend is a millionaire. So my grandmother has the family story about the probate experience. All these things had real-life meaning to me, so they stuck with me, and there was a peg for that thought. It was like a hat on a peg, and it stuck. So as I progressed, in 1990, and Morad, both summers, between my first and my second year of law school. And in 1999, a client of Steinberg and Morad, his name was Derek Thomas, a very famous linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. He passed away in an unfortunate accident. When he passed away, he left no planning documents, no will, no trust. He had 6 kids, I believe was the number. And there were several different mothers in several different jurisdictions. And what ended up happening was his estate was decimated by legal fees for lack of planning. And now his great-grandkids, who are yet to be born because his kids are still little, their inheritance for all of the work and all of the things that he put together has gone to other people. And I see that happen in families all the time. So the estate planning, it deals with how you give your things away. And that's the equivalent to giving a fish. And there's an adage that says you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man a fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So we begin to focus on legacy in estate planning. The legacy planning piece deals with something, it's a complement to estate planning. It deals with the intangibles, the stories, the lessons, and the values that people develop over their lifetime. Because life is a trial and error learning experience often, and you have to go through things to understand them. And if you're able to take that as a grandparent or a parent and succinctly convey what you've learned from going down some dead ends, from having some false starts, that's very important to people, because they want to give their kids and their grandkids, the people that they care about, every opportunity to succeed. So the book that's coming out next month is about personal legacy statements, and a personal legacy statement does just that. It allows you to capture the essence of who you are, what you're about, what you believe in, and your hopes and dreams for the future, specifically geared towards guiding the next generation. Erik Erikson has a term, it's called generativity. Erik Erikson was a popular psychologist. Generativity is what you leave beyond your physical lifetime that's tangible, that is focused on guiding the next generation. So that's what the book is about. And then we have a lot of tools that we're going to be giving out to the public and putting into the marketplace to help people understand, whether you're a celebrity or whether you're a grandmother or a parent, you have a life, you have a story, and you have people that you care about. And that needs to be conveyed, and it needs to be done in a way that it can be available when you're not. And so that's what the book is about, and that's coming out next month in November.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Mr. West, we want to thank you so much for taking this time to speak with us about your legacy, your story, and how the University of Miami School of Law has impacted that. Once again, it was a pleasure.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you so much.